Hey, what's happening, my friends? How you doing? And welcome to another installment of Horror Zone. This time, I take on the Evil Dead films, and I talk about. I guess some places it's 1981, some places 1982. I don't know, but I'm gonna say 81 for argument's sake of the Evil Dead, the original one. Now, this movie basically was a big project for three longtime friends: Robert Tappert, Sam Raimi, and Bruce Campbell. Now, these guys were friends in school together out in the town of Michigan, and both of them, all three of them really had no idea the futures they would have. So basically, they started working on some projects together. Like they started doing like little 8 millimeter home movies or whatnot of some movies they wanted to do, stuff like that. And out of the bunch, Bruce Campbell was always the one being the actor and everything like that while they work behind the scenes and stuff. So they worked on some projects together. I guess one of their home movies they made was one called Strikers War, which would later be known as be made into a regular movie. Be Thou Shall Not Kill Except, which I reviewed a long time ago. Which I really enjoyed that. And in the short movie, Bruce Campbell was actually the lead character, Striker, and Sam Raimi was your villain and everything like that. But when it came time to make the movie, for some reason or another, they couldn't get Bruce Campbell, so they got another actor. I heard that DVD for that movie got a lot of features and stuff. I would love to get that in my collection. So they, they decided to do work on a feature film and everything like that. And Robert Taber and Sam Raimi started penning a script. So this is once upon a time when Sam Raimi had to touch. Before he found commercial success with the Hercules TV series and Xena, Warrior Princess, and everything like that. And my favorite movie of Sam Raimi will always be Dark Man. And the film after this one, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. Those will always be my favorite Sam Raimi films, in all honesty. Now, people wonder why am I not talking about this film too much. The film, of course, is The Evil Dead. And I didn't grow up with this film. I'll be honest right here. I did not grow up with Evil Dead. The first film I was introduced to was Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, which I really, really enjoy a lot. Still do to this day. And then after that, I saw Army of Darkness, which I was always in the middle of the road with. We'll see what happens when I revisit it. And it took me years, but finally I got a chance to see the first Evil Dead. I think my uncle has all three of them on DVD. So one day he seen it, he loaned it to me, check it out. And I seen it. And I respected the film a lot, I really do. But it's got some. The movie is made for a very, very small budget. Was maybe 375,000, or even I don't even know if you can put million in there. Really, to be honest, 375,000. So this was a really, really low budget movie they had here, and they only had a handful of actors to work with, and a special effects guy that they had, who I want to get the special effects guys. I thought he did a decent job. What he had to. The movie had an NC-17 rating, I guess, by MPAA. According to IMDb, I don't know. Unless I'm missing something and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Bruce Campbell came out as one of the executive producers, of course, as well as a star. Joseph Lo Duca. Joseph Lo Duca did the score. Good job with the score. The makeup, the effects was done by Tom Sullivan. I want to see what Tom Sullivan has gone on to do. I guess he was an actor. Well, he did. He helped out with Chris Wallace's film crew in The Fly 2. Then in 2003, he did something called Within the Woods. And It was special effects supervisor in a 2007 film called the Dreed. I don't know what the fuck that is. Let's see, makeup department, The Evil Dead. So he just worked visual effects. He did a little bit of visual effects for Army of Darkness. But he did a decent job with the little bit of money they had. I mean, obviously, when you get to the second film, they had a little bit more money. And I know they had Craig Nicotero and Howard Berger working on a lot of the effects, I believe, for that one. Maybe that's why I like that one a little bit more than this one. I don't hate the film. Calm down. Relax. Uh, I mean, I saw this as an adult, and I thought it was an okay film. Don't hit me. Don't throw things at me, please. I thought it was an okay film. And I'm not saying, Effie, you trying to pay me back for Carrie? No, no, no. It's just the way he feels about the 76 Carrie. That's the way I feel about Evil Dead. That's all. And stuff. He thought it was an okay film. He don't hate the film. Same thing with this. I don't hate the Evil Dead. You know. Well, going to the synopsis, pretty much. I mean, basically, you have about. Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. About. 1, 2, basically, 5 people. They're going away and spend time in this cabin out in the woods. So you can see the real Cabin in the Woods movie, which this is miles better than the actual Cabin in the Woods movie, in my humble opinion. And you got Ash, or known as Ashley, Bruce Campbell. You got his little sister, Cheryl, played by Ellen Sandweiss. You have his buddy Scott, played by Richard the Monacore. You have Ash's girlfriend Linda, played by Betsy Baker. And you got Scott's girlfriend Shelley, played by Teresa Tilly. And basically, they're going up there to have a good time in this cabin or whatnot. And when they get over there, some weird stuff start happening. Okay. And you look at this and you wonder, like, what the fuck happened to Sam Raimi? I mean, you see the man has some real good talent when he's setting up the shot, like Demon Cam, and the way he builds tensions. Okay, like, what the fuck happened to you, Sam Raimi? You know, you can't do it anymore. You lost it. I think the Spider-Man movies and stuff. Really. Like, what the fuck happened to you, man? ¿Qué pasó contigo? Say in Spanish. Sammy. So then what happens is they go and one thing leads to another. Is a noise in the cellar. So Scott goes down there with a flashlight. Doesn't come out. Ash goes down there. Scott scares the shit out of him. They find a reel-to-reel tape player and a single barrel shotgun, a weird type of dagger with a skull on it or whatnot, and of course the Book of the Dead, which over here has a different name. And they play the reel-to-reel tape of this doctor who I guess was in the cabin last, and everything like that, and something awakens. So weird stuff started happening, like Ash's sister Cheryl, she's drawing, sketching something, and basically something is making her like rip the picture apart or something. She's like, what's going on here? What's this? And everything like that. And then basically Cheryl gets scared when listening to stuff on the tape, and a tree breaks the window. Horrible foreshadowing approaching. Cheryl hears a noise outside her window. She goes outside, and ultimately the branches come to life to grab her, and you get the infamous tree rape scene. You guys know already how I feel about rape scenes, but this was handled. I mean, I can imagine back in '81, this was a very shocking thing. Of course, something like that, a fucking tree, and everything like that. But you don't see actual penetration like that. But she's able. I guess the tree did his thing, and then was able to get weak, and she was able to break free and then run away and stuff until Ash, hears her knocking on the door. Sure, what's going on? And she tries to say, Ashley, I want to get out of here, Ashley. I want to leave. I want to go. I want to leave. But this is what he's saying, Sure. What are you talking about? I gotta get out of here. The trees are alive. The place is alive. The woods are alive. Let's get out of here, please. I'll stay in town. So Ash gets in his car. They start up the car, and of course, they get out there, and the bridge is all fucked up that they're on. They go back there. Ash is listening to the real world on an earphone this time, trying to listen to more likely what happened to this guy whenever he talks about his wife was possessed and how the only way to stop the possession is to bodily dismemberment. And then Linda, you have a little good scene there between Bruce Campbell and Betsy Baker, where he gives her this necklace or whatnot and everything like that. And Bruce Campbell, see, this is once upon a time when Bruce Campbell was actually an actor, really. And it's sad when you look at movies like this and Moontrap and even the second Evil Dead film, and you look at it, you're like, what the fuck happened to you, dude? You're another one, like that Sammy. What the fuck happened to you? And shit. And this is before, at least Bruce Campbell was a little humble, at least, stuff like he was starting out. Nowadays, the only time he looks at the fans when he sees who the fuck he's stepping on and shit, or who he's spitting on or whatnot. I don't like Bruce Campbell as an actor. I mean, maybe as a person or whatnot, because I've seen convention videos, I've seen Q&As, and they've been recent videos. It's not like these is like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. The man's a dick then, he's a dick now. Even when the Evil Dead remake was coming out, he was the one crying to fans, oh, fans, you're gonna love it. It's gonna introduce you to a new world. And people were like the film, like, really? Why you like that film for? You're a loser. Why you don't like this? What? You don't give a fuck about the fans. I never forget one little one-man show he did. He invited a girl who I think made him something. And, the girl was shy or whatnot. And gave it to him. He goes, thank you. And then right behind, he goes back, going, what? Why you gotta be a dick like that? It takes courage and time and money to see people like him. At least you could do is be thankful that people pay to see your dumbass. So sorry if I go a little rant on Bruce Campbell there. I don't like that shit. That's one of the reasons, I have trouble liking him in movies these days, or maybe in the past. I keep thinking of horrible things he's done in panel discussions or in Q&A shows he's done. Really. That's what makes it. That's why I have a bone pick of Bruce Campbell. That's why when he dies in a movie, I smile. Yay. That's why. That's my bone. I don't like that. I understand. Okay, if he's doing a job in front of the camera. Okay, he did a job in front of the camera here. But for the past, throughout the... I almost thought I moved that damn thing. But throughout the 90s or whatnot, with stupid movies like The Man with the Screaming Brain, whatever. My Name is Bruce. I saw a little bit of it. I thought it was clever. Then I saw the ending, and I didn't like the fucking movie at all. So I think, okay, a little clever there, but... Bubba Hotep, I remember not being impressed by Bubba Hotep. I'm sorry. I've seen it once. I do like that little piece of music that plays by Brian Tyler. Doom, 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 doom. And he's even in a better movie, in my humble opinion. Bubba Hotep, I thought the effects with the mummy looked like shit. And this comes from the guy who gave us the Phantasm films, really? Don Casarelli? But that's me. I don't know. Everybody loves Bubba Hotep till the cows come home. You can love it. Me, I thought it was overrated. Sorry. I thought it was overrated. So I look at him there, he's whatever, and then you know, Cheryl comes and she's possessed, and very good early makeup effects. Even though I know those white contacts they had on them on the actresses in the film actually made them blind as a bat. They couldn't see anything. And sometimes some of the makeup had effect on some of the actresses' skin. Like one of the actresses lost her eyelashes or eyebrows. It took almost her eyebrows off because the makeup they had, wasn't 100% safe because of the money they had to work with. But for a little down and dirty budget, they did a lot of good shit. Really. And ultimately, the problem I have with Ash in this film is that Ash, throughout the beginning of the film, really doesn't do nothing. Rather, he's in shock of all the shit going on or whatnot. That's why when I remember Evil Dead 2, he's actually doing something. I mean, that's what I was introduced to first. That's the Ash I was introduced to. Or even in Army of Darkness, though that has a lot of problems, though, including stuff that his character does in that movie, and a little bit of the overtop silliness. But who knows? Let's see what happens when I revisit it again. Let's see what happens. Maybe I could change. Like a wise man said, if I can change, and you can change, everybody start applauding. Everybody can change. That's it. It's like Rocky from Rocky 4, 86. But the 86, sorry, 85, my bad. But 86 Cobra. New disease, I'm a cure. But so basically, one by one, the demons start taking the people out or whatnot. Very little gruesome scene there, which made me cringe a little bit more. I see it is where Cheryl gets knocked out by Scotty, and Ash is about to check her, and she has a pencil. And what does she do with the pencil? She stabs Linda right in the fucking, like at the back of the forehead. And the effect looked real, like real realistic, like that made me uncomfortable, like So basically, she gets locked in the cellar, basically, not by Ash, by Scott, and everything, and then one thing leads to another. I believe Shelly's in her room, Scott's woman, and of course the demon takes her through the window. And the actor who played Scott really wasn't that good of an actor, in my humble opinion. Richard the Monacore, really not too shabby of an actor and stuff. He comes in there, really no emotion. That was like, I don't mean like, and he doesn't even run into the room. He's like, what the fuck is going on? I be running there, I'm not saying you're gonna go but still, react a little more. I mean, Bruce Campbell is really the one with a lot of the emotions sometimes, at least when you get to the third act, but this guy, forget about it. He's too, in my humble opinion. Well, let's see. But he goes in there, he's looking for Cheryl, and Cheryl comes out of nowhere, starts scratching his face with the press-on nails or whatever, and everything like that. And Ash is just there. He's trying to help a little bit, then he gets knocked the fuck out, man, by her. He got a big bruise on his face. And then, ultimately, he, about to try to attack Ash. Scott ends up killing her and stuff. Until, it leads to another struggle there with the knife. Okay, good practical effects when it's there. And he takes the axe and chops her in pieces. Okay. And then, he wants to, Scott wants to leave. But he's saying, look, we can't leave. Ash is telling him, look, we can't leave because, Linda can't walk. I don't care about her. That's your girlfriend. I'm getting out of here and try to get help. So right away, Scott's a dick. Really. So he fucks off. He leaves. And Ash goes to check on his lady. She's sleeping in the room there. He checks on her foot. Very eerie scene, creepy scene where even though it's an animated form, where you see her fucking leg turn all black and everything, she becomes a deadite. Of course, to possess the deadites and stuff. And he gets creeped out by all this shit. At the same time, every now and then, Cheryl's locked in the cellar. She does, "You're gonna get you," some of that stuff like that, or "We're gonna kill you," you know, that stuff. Remember from the movie? Okay, all right, all right, and stuff. And then, basically, you know, Ash hits her a little bit. The Deadites start to fuck with Ash. They would turn into human form, and then they fuck with him again and stuff. Ash has that single barrel shotgun, and like that. He's about to shoot Linda, but he can't do it. And then ultimately, good scene there where Cheryl breaks her hands through the floor to grab Ash, like ah, and stuff. And then ultimately he pulls Linda out by her feet and drags her outside, leaves her outside and stuff. Until Scott comes back, got his ass kicked by the fucking trees in the woods. Serves his ass right for being a fucking asshole and shit. And right then and there, he ends up dying slowly. And this way, the movie to me comes to life now. Because the first half of the film, I didn't care much about, to be honest. The movie comes to life when Ash is alone in that house, to me. Okay. So, he goes down to the cellar. Before that, he has Linda there knocked out. And he straps her down at the tool shed. And takes out the chainsaw. And I think, ironically enough, the chainsaw was really, really that close to Betsy Baker's face. So if you look at her pendant, when she has the pendant on, you see it moving some way. The actress was actually very scared. And they were filming this during the wintertime, and it was very cold. And stuff started happening during the making of the film. I believe some wires froze up or whatnot. And the actors had to be, actors and actresses, you know, the Bruce Campbell and the rest of the actors, the cast, you know, they had to be out in the cold. You see sometimes a lot of smoke coming out of Bruce Campbell's mouth or whatnot out in Michigan when they filmed this. So all that stuff happened there, and he doesn't use the chainsaw. He stops it, has a good emotional moment there, breaks down, and he can't do it. Put the chainsaw away, and then decides to dig a hole and bury Linda. But ultimately, you know, he buries her, and she tries to attack him and stuff, and decapitates her and gets blood all over him. At the same time, Cheryl gets out of the cellar and tries to attack him and stuff. All right, good shot there, where he goes down, he locks up all the doors. I know there's a little ode to Wes Craven here. Like when they first go down to the cellar, you see a ripped poster of The Hills Have Eyes, Wes Craven's Hills Have Eyes, which I wasn't a fan of, hanged up on the wall there. Trying to say, like the way in The Hills Have Eyes, how there was a poster of Jaws there, trying to say that, oh, this is scarier than Jaws. So they did the same thing here. And I will agree, this is better than Wes Craven's Hills Have Eyes. I will agree on that. And also, when Nightmare on Elm Street came out, you know that movie that Nancy and Glenn are watching on TV was The Evil Dead. I didn't know what that movie was either. When I saw Nightmare on Elm Street first. I was introduced to that first. And I was like, I didn't know what that movie was either. I'm like, oh shit, that was Evil Dead. I just found out years later. Oh shit, they are watching The Evil Dead. Cool. All right. So I was sort of once again an ode to Sam Raimi. All right, they did that thing too. And I think also in Evil Dead 2, if you pause it real quick, and in the tool shed, when Ash goes in there to fuck up the other girlfriend with the decapitated head or whatnot, I think on the wall or something, you might see Freddy's glove hanged up. But you gotta pause it. I found that, I think, on the commentary track, I believe, for that, the one on the Anchor Bay DVD, if I'm not mistaken. So ultimately, he decapitates her, takes her pendants that he gave her and everything like that, holds it, puts it in his pocket, goes down to the cellar to get more ammo. Cheryl's locked outside the cabin. and very great eerie scenes. Like you see the weird shots that Sam Raimi does or whatnot. Okay, all right. Okay, the pipe. Like the weird thing about the pipe in the cellar, lounges out and all blood falls on top of fucking like the pipe. Fuck that. The cabin bleeds blood. Okay, you see like blood coming out of the outlet of a thing and everything like that. They find he finds a projector there that even the front lens of the projector is dripping blood and it's shining right on Ash's face and stuff. Then this weird old record player plays some really old music, very creepy stuff. And Ash finds the shells for the shotgun there, even though single rounds, but still it's better than nothing. Now, personally, I would have loved for him to go back into the fucking work shed and get the chainsaw, because you need the chainsaw to get the job done. Just my opinion. Giving an early progression to groovy, but no, not in this movie, not yet. So maybe years later, then you hear groovy. So then he goes up there. You get a little chase around the house with the demon camp. Okay. And ultimately, you know, Scott comes back, tries to attack him. And then Cheryl tries to put her hands through the door and everything like that. And they scratch his leg. So now he's on the floor. He fires a shot. Okay, he eye gouges Scotty. Okay, it's got right there. And pulls out a piece of branch that was stuck in Scott, you know, from the tree or whatnot. He lost a lot of blood and then pulls it out. He starts bleeding more all over the place on top of Ash and everything. They're like that. And then ultimately, he finds the Book of the Dead right there. And he tries to get to it with using the pendant to pull at the same time. Cheryl breaks it in with a hot poker, whacking him with it. And takes the Book of the Dead, throws it in the fire. You think it's over. And some of the Deadites stop, like Scotty stops. And you think it's over, but no, some fucking hands come out and cream corn comes out. That's guts. And it's over now. It's daylight. And walks out. And basically, Demon Khan comes and kills Ash. Then the movie's over. And everything like that. So really, the second film is really not a sequel. If anything, it's a retcon or a reboot or something. But that explains it. You know, it makes no sense as a sequel. Because then why would you fucking go back to the cabin after all the shit that went down? Let's just go in there with some guns and explosives to blow the motherfucker up. But nah. So now, what do I think of the film? Bruce Campbell is probably the best actor in the bunch. You know, the other guy that's there, Scott, not the best actor. The women, they did what they had to do. I mean, I know I give them a lot of props because they had to endure that really painful makeup effect they had to wear and stuff like that. I know the film was originally finished in 1979, but they had to do some reshoots and stuff like that. Some of the actors had to leave because the shoot was too much for them, so they had to use stand-ins at times when the makeup was on them or whatnot. Okay. But in the end of the day, I think the film's a time waster. That's it. I don't think it's a classic. I have no desire to own the film. I don't hate the film. I mean, it's a movie. I could watch it now, and maybe a few years down the road, I'll watch it again. That's pretty much my relationship with the Evil Dead, to be honest. I can watch it now, then maybe a few years down the road, I'll watch it again. That's why I want this one. Last time I saw this film was 3 years ago. That's it. I'm not saying it's a bad film. I'm not saying it's atrocious acting. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Like, I've seen better films. Like, did this really need a franchise? No, but we got it, like it or not. Okay. And everything like that. Like I said, the movie after this, that's the one I hold in a better regard. Army of Darkness, I just thought was a bad step down. You know, I'll get more to it. Who knows? Maybe my opinion will change. Like I said before. I'm going to repeat that again. What I said before. But the rating on it, you know, 7.5 is a little too high in my humble opinion. I can see this maybe getting a 5.8, 5.7, not 7.5. I'm sorry. But I know it's regarded by a lot of friends, a lot of fans as the classic, whatever, and this and that. I didn't see it. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I see a lot of good, decent little old school practical effects. I see a decent acting performance by Bruce Campbell. The characters, I didn't feel much for them, to be honest. I just thought they were there. That's it. And everything like that. And everything. I can say, the characters in the Nightmare on Elm Street films, the first, I cared about more. Like, I remember Glenn. I remember Nancy. I remember Tina. I remember Rod. In the second film, I remember Grady. I remember Jesse. I remember, God, what the hell was the Kim Myers character's name? Stuff, shit, I forgot. Fuck. I remember her. I remember Kim Myers. The third film, I remember Kincaid. I remember Joey. I remember Philip. I remember what was the kid's name? Will. I'm the Wizard Master. I remember Taryn. Fourth Nightmare on Elm Street film. I remember. God, I can't believe I forgot her name. Shit. The girl who's afraid of cockroaches. Alice. Christian. I can't believe I forgot Christian from Nightmare 3 and 4. Dan. I remember. Rick. I remember those characters. Even in the Friday the 13th films. I remember Ted, Teddy. I remember Jimmy. I remember what is it? Kimberly Beck's character, Trish. Corey Feldman, especially. Of course, not Friday the 13th. You get the picture. I remember all those characters. Or even Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I remember Sally. I remember Franklin. I remember Kirk. I remember Jerry. I believe the character's name was Tina, the one who ended up hooked. I remember those characters. I don't remember not too many characters here besides Ash. And I think those people did better job acting wise, in my humble opinion, than these people in this film. I remember Amy Steele and everything like that. And some of the people from that bunch as well. And Rob from Friday the 13th Part 4. I remember Rob and stuff. So I remember those characters more than anybody in the Evil Dead films, in my humble opinion. But now, going into the ratings, I don't think I should really go into 1 hour with this. I mean, I think it went out a little long enough. I just think it's an okay film, a time waster. Not a bad film at all. It goes to show you what you could do on a very low budget. And the movie probably got another life, maybe, I guess, when, I don't know, it's weird. This says, let me see. When the fuck did this come out? Okay. It was released in the US in 1983, so I guess I put 83 for argument's sake and stuff like that and everything, but which I'll probably fix that and it'll pop up, or if not, you guys will probably be correcting me right away or anything. But rating for the film, in my humble opinion, is about, really in all honesty, 5 3/4 out of 10. But it's the Evil Dead. I explained already why. I don't hate the film. It's not a film I rewatch. It's not a film I have a desire to own. It's a film I could watch it. Maybe a couple of years down the line. I respect it. I understand why people love the film a lot. It's just the franchise itself. That's what made me think. Maybe I kind of regret now touching on these films. Even though I know I'm among friends and everything like that. I know, because I know a lot of my friends hold this movie in high regard. But not me. They hold the franchise in high regard. Not me. I really enjoyed one film out of the franchise, and that's about it. In my opinion. Maybe that's why when I heard they were remaking the film, I was more like, that's why, pretty much. Let's see how I feel when I finally see it. Who knows? Maybe it'll give me ammunition to yell. Who knows? Maybe my opinion will change on the fucking film. Anything can happen. Remember, as I record this, I haven't seen those films yet. Let's see, okay? So 5 3/4 out of 10 is the rating for this film. And thank you all for tuning in. And hopefully, it makes me kind of wish that maybe I could have reviewed other franchises besides Evil Dead or whatnot. I know HORRORZONE's been kind of sluggish this time out because I know I probably explained that before I put this video up, or who knows. I don't know when the hell we are recording this in pre-recording state. So 5 3/4 out of 10 is the rating for the film. Okay, thank you all for tuning in, and you all have a good night. And stay tuned for the film I do hold in more higher regard than this one, Evil Dead 2: Dead by Dawn. You all stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that, and you all have a good night or good day.